Make sure that that's on as soon as possible. Make sure that that's on as soon as possible. So do you have a team that actually reaches out to restaurants? So we have a couple things. We have our food donor acquisitions manager. His name is Chris, and he will reach out to food donors, or food donors oftentimes will contact him. Same thing with our executive director, Diana. She will reach out to food donors and ask, but she maybe will manage the bigger, larger, like produce donors, or wholesalers, people who will get these items on pallets from farmers or other individuals that have access to large amounts of food. But oftentimes too, we do get contacted by these food businesses saying, hey, we have XYZ pallets of food and we have no way of distributing them anymore. They were packaged wrong. Can you utilize these? So that's how the process will start. Or sometimes people will even call our general line based on a Google search that they do, and then we will forward it to either a food donor acquisitions manager or Diana. So that's mainly the team that reaches out for the most part to acquire some food donors. So yeah, it's between Chris and Diana for the most part. Sometimes too we'll get some calls in from our partner agency coordinator, or even if we're at an event and they see what we're doing, they may approach us, and then we will start that process by getting them. They have to fill out an application, a food donor application, and then we just kind of work out a scheduled time and date that is good for pickup for them, or sometimes it could be a one-time thing where they just have this one scenario that happened and they can't distribute that food either in supermarkets or whatever, avenue that they usually would distribute that food at, so we'll take care of it for them. Okay? So that's kind of most of the time how we do it. But we also have, just to give you a rundown, we have our drivers. So our drivers are the ones that go out and they rescue food. And like I said, that's the large pallets of food. They'll pick up pallets and they'll drop it off at our recipient agencies. Recipient agencies are nonprofit organizations that provide resources in a variety of ways to other people. So this could be single women's homes, food banks, food pantries, churches that do meal distributions every Sunday or weekly. What's the word? Rehabilitation centers. Do you have a waiting list of those types of organizations that want food? Only during the holidays, right? Because we have a capacity. We have to serve out turkeys and holiday boxes. So we will have people sign up. Sign up started October 1st, actually.
Okay.
And so these recipient agencies can reach out to us and they can say, hey, listen, put me down for 20 turkeys and 30 family boxes. And so we will put them on the waiting list. I'll put them on our basically holiday food drive distribution list.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can only serve so many. So any that do come in later than usual will get put on a waiting list. But for recipient agencies, we don't really have a waiting list for that. We do try to increase our capacity because we are also increasing our food donors as well.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes too, we get food donors in these interesting locations, but we need to have recipient agencies in those locations as well, because for the most part, we like to distribute food in a local area. If we receive it in Riverside, we like to distribute it in Riverside as well.
Yeah.
To kind of help out the local community. And it also helps with food safety guidelines in terms of transportation of the food. So sometimes, things already may not be in the best, in the Best Buy range. So we want to make sure that we distribute that food, if possible, same day or next day at the latest. So we try to not have a waiting list. We always try to, the one thing that does happen is we will send out an application to a recipient agency, and they may take a little while to fill it out.
because oftentimes a lot of these charities, they're small staff. Sometimes they have one paid staff member and the rest are volunteers, and it's just the nonprofit world. But
is it old school, like send them something they have to download and fill it out, and then they have to scan it and send it back?
Yeah. So we've tried to automate the process as much as possible, but the application is like an online thing that they can download, they fill it out, and then they can send it back, and they have to send back, I think they have to scan back some insurance forms to kind of show that we're covered under their general liability insurance. And I think that's the one thing that sometimes can give people a hiccup. But also, too, we serve 501c3 organizations. So we don't distribute to individuals. We're not a food pantry. We are a food recovery and distribution, mainly a food recovery organization. And so our recipient agencies are the ones who give out the food to individuals. They're the ones who are hands-on in the community, doing those distributions, doing those pantries. And so we will provide the food to them to do that. So in order to do that, you have to be a nonprofit organization or a registered 501c3. So we'll have people reach out to us like, hey, I just started making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for Skid Row, and we've made tons of them on a weekly basis, and like, can we get some assistance, or how can we? And it's tough, right? Because we're like, we're legally not allowed to help you out, but how we will try to figure out some way to give them assistance. But for the most, about 99% of the people that we help are registered 501c3 organizations. Now, we don't have requirements for how often you serve people or how big your organization is. That's the kind of the good part of being an independent food recovery organization. We don't have minimums or maximums, so we will take in anybody we can to try to help. And then we can also be nimble with, say if you're not a 501c3, we will still try to, like I said, go back to the core values. What is the right thing to do? We are responsible to our community at the end of the day. And so we will try to work something out.
But it's good to know, because I come across a lot of different types of companies. I do a lot of work with nonprofits, and sometimes they just have volunteers cook or volunteers buy at the grocery store stuff. So I think it would benefit them to contact you to say, hey, we need X amount of food, because you guys will find it or broker it and then get it delivered to them. So I think that's a good match for you guys, right? So
yeah. If you know some places that are doing those distributions like that, and they said they need the food, or they need to like logistically pick up. Sometimes we will pick up and drop off at recipient agencies, but based off a connection that they had. Right? So they say, hey, I got contacted to receive 10 pallets of grapes, and this happened on Friday. And so we're like, can you pick them up? And we will do it. We have the manpower, or we have the people in need to get them out. And so we will facilitate that and pick that up and logistically manage that. So that's something that we do too. So those are always potential relationships that we can make work. So
there's a lot of things that we try to do, and so it's a really sometimes it can be interesting how we work things out, but it seems like they always do. Seems like they always can work out. So my Ethernet cable.
So you guys go right into the your phones are VoIP?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason though, it's overwriting it to the Wi-Fi. Let me go get a cord downstairs, and I'm gonna plug it in. We have a connection right there, and I'm just gonna plug it in because I want to show you the live stream. If that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Is it? I need to get my phone out of my car. I left it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, the front door is unlocked. Okay.
Well, those are the same last name as the hand.
That's my mother. Yeah. Okay. Slowly but surely. It seems like it's not working. This this port isn't sending out internet. I could be wrong here. Let me try one more thing. We've had this thing connected before. Let's go in here. So strange though, because we have our volunteer coordinator work on here, and she goes through the Ethernet all the time, which is why I'm confused. And she uses that port. Yeah, which is the confusing part. And it can't be the cable, as the cable is not the issue. We switched it out. Use a different cable. Yeah, I used the white one and the gray one. Did you say earlier that it keeps trying to connect to Wi-Fi? Is that what you said earlier? Yeah, it overrided to the Ethernet, and then it said no internet. So usually when you plug in the Ethernet, what it does is it'll override the Wi-Fi because it's recognizing that you're trying to plug the line straight in. Back in the old days, we had to turn off the Wi-Fi. I don't know. With new computers, they're probably smarter. Yeah, we just connect them straight up now. Okay, buddy. Sorry for the delay here, Joe. No worries, man. No worries. I know how technology works. Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna run it then off the Wi-Fi. Just see how we can do this, and I'll get that figured out. So that way we can just kind of show you a little bit. Let's go to. Trying to catch up on my comments that they post. Trying to respond to everybody. Is that part of the gig, right? Like you to ensure that you'll. I took over as a director of sales for a DJ company with 15 DJs and 5 photo booth operators. So
manage the communication internally, because the guy that does it, we had to lay him off. So
basically, I'm doing the job of like 3 people right now, and I'm not on payroll. Really? We're not on payroll because we have 120,000 in the bank. We're not touching it. We want to stay solvent when we start to come back. We got rid of our office in Long Beach. We took all of what we had, $3,000 in marketing. We cut it down to 280 every month, and we're just any client that postpones their event. What we do is we send them an email that says, step 1, sign your date change agreement. Step 2, fill out your planner, let us know what your special song you want to hear, choose your photo booth template, blah, blah, blah. Step 3, if you can, it's not mandatory. Your balance is like, $400. If you can cut that in half and send the, $600 now and pay the 600 2 weeks before your date in 2021, we greatly appreciate it. Right. And a lot of people are sending us, so that those dollars are helping to keep us, floating right now. Oh, yeah. So it's been nuts,
Yeah, you have to adapt too, right, to the situation. I was having this conversation yesterday about one of the family members works in the restaurant industry, and they're in the same scenario where they're doing takeout, and he's like, it's crazy. He's from Portland, but he's like, we're seeing some of the top chefs go out of business. These French laundries. And he's like, it's nuts. Like, yeah, they usually do so well.
I have a friend, he wired this restaurant, so they have dining outside, and he has these 40-inch screens. He turns them this way so that it doesn't take up much real estate, and they put them in a corner. They don't mess, on the
corner of the outdoor of the building. So, because it's a walkway, you can have people trip. So, and he shows music videos. Okay, so he's spinning music videos there. He has speakers strategically placed in different areas, angled out onto the street, and it's in Covina. Okay, Covina. Yeah. I've been over there a few weeks ago. It's pretty good setup. People are sitting there celebrating birthdays, are coming out, but everybody has their own way area out there. Okay, but the restaurant had to do something because they're going out of business. Beer parties and they own the building you're in. That helps because if you're leasing it, there's a class action lawsuit about the malls right now because the owners of the mall are making them pay even though they can't open their business. So which doesn't make sense. No. And I just did I went to a DJ in Montebello, the Montebello Mall, and all of the retailers, they only had the big stores were open, JCPenney's, Macy's, and we only had five of their stores would set up outside. So they had like T-Mobile was across from me. You had Guess, the clothing store. Yes, they put all their clothes outside. And I'm looking at it and like, man, branding is plays such a huge role in consumers. And we'll buy the clothes. And then we keep walking because they're on a rack, right? Rather than like and mannequin with like GT style, all that stuff. And I'm like, this is weird. And then over there was like a jeweler. The jeweler had like he rolled out his boxes and set them up in a glass thing. Then he takes them out of the glass thing, and someone else has to pick up the glass and take it back into the business. Yeah. I'm downloading some files right now, so we can watch the video. I can show you. But it's in a time too where like you have to maximize right now. Also, if you can, the online e-commerce, right? You have to try to double down on that and help keep you afloat. Obviously, it's tough right when you're in like events because events are getting postponed. Like these weddings are getting pushed back, or these big celebrations are being postponed. So, and then obviously, it's up to the people who plan the event whether they want to do something virtually. Like, I'm sure you guys, I don't know what you guys have done, like if you've been like saying, hey, would you like to do the event virtually, or if that's something that you leave up to the client. So I partnered with a company, and I've known this company for years.
And we would go, we'd hang out, we'd do, we got network events. So there'd be a network event. I would bring in marketing specialists to talk to all of us. I bring in sales specialists to talk to us. I bring in like a social media guru to come talk to us about how to tighten up our businesses. So we would always be at these events. We had a good park. And one day she goes, hey, we're taking, because she manages a TV studio. And so she has multi-cameras and stuff. She goes, I have technology that I can shoot multi-angles for wedding ceremony. What do you think? You think that'll fly? I'm like, yeah, let's talk more about it. So we've done a few of these already, where before it's just somebody with a cell phone. It's just kind of a man checking around. The audio was horrible for us, and then I showed them what we can do. And every couple wants to do this. We charge $14.95 for it. And it comes with a DJ for 2 hours, and so that if you do have 14 people or however many people I can say, they can hear. The system's patents in their system because they do switch broadcasts, and whenever you look on TV, you see like the mayor of LA talking or something like that, and you switch channels to different networks. It's the same camera angles because it's 13. Okay. They used to do live events like that. Yeah. So they set up these little, they look like this, and then there's these little clips that clip onto the room. It's a camera. I mean, not a camera, a microphone. Yeah. And the quality is amazing. I mean, amazing. So you can hear everybody talking, the mouths. You can see like an angle of him. Saying, there's another angle of her. Then there's a master shot of everyone in the back of their heads. And there's a shot from the other side of the fish and shooting this way. So when you're watching the live stream, you feel like you're right.
That's amazing. And like stuff like that is something you got to double down on. You know what I mean? And obviously, I've heard a couple people do it. Like I've done like baby showers and things like that, and that's been interesting. But I mean,
and I learned something new. She says we do not use Zoom. I'm like, interesting. She says we host it on a website. We'll do YouTube Pro, the broadcast that Vimeo does.
Yeah,
they have. He goes, but you want to broadcast it because if you're doing two-way, it uses too much bandwidth. There's a lot of the latencies. Is high or low? High.
Yeah.
So she says, no, we broadcast it. We'll stream it one way, and
then you view it if you want to like tune in, like to the link or something like that.
Yeah. I said, interesting. Yeah, but that's been paying off. We've been seeing an increase in contracts for that.
That's great. So we have the live stream here.
Cool.
If I want to go ahead, I'm going to pull up a video and show you kind of what it looks like here. So this is like basically the back end. It's called StreamYard that we have, and it allows me to.
Oh yeah, with the little mallard.
Yeah, with the click of a button, I can change it to our, talking like, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the event. We would have a step and repeat wall behind us, and we can set up the mic so that way you're talking into a mic, and that way it sounds crisp and clear. The one thing that I was talking about was if I wanted to, right, I can bring in another person. So I could have you set up an account on StreamYard, and then I would bring you in, so it would either split and say, hey, I'm Joe, or welcome to the event so much, and then take it back into a single shot again.
Yeah.
So that way it's just with the click of a button, we're switching real quick.
This is the one where you can tie it up to like your Facebook or Instagram, right? Or Facebook.
Yeah. So right now we're actually broadcasting on YouTube, but what's going to happen is everyone's going to be watching it from Mobile Cause, which is our donation platform. So it's like everything is integrated, so that way.
Oh, beautiful!
It looks like this is a test page. The guy who told me to set it up, he said test it out on a test page, but I'll show you what the actual event page looks like. Let me go ahead and get this set up. Mobile Cause. So that way. It should pull out.
So what's the address for that page, the mobile cause page, if someone wanted to watch the event next
If
week?
they want to watch the event, they can go to.
Well, it's actually this week.
Yeah. So there is. So this is the event page right here,
Mhm.
and
I
so
like that one, yeah.
I can email you this link, but basically we've been sending this out to our on newsletters, on social media. We've been broadcasting like this is where you'll be able to watch the event, and so this page right here is going to change to the live stream.
Okay.
So it's an event page, and then what we do is we turn it to a live event, and so they can be watching the event, and it'll be live, and they'll be able to see donations coming in. They'll be able to make a donation. They can text Chefs 2020 to 41444 to make a donation. So if while we're live, right, that can be like a call to action, having people say, hey, don't forget, at some point during the live stream, if you are inspired or you do like what you're seeing, you can text Chefs 2020 to 41444 to make a donation and support our $60,000 goal.
Okay.
We have the event description here, so it's kind of a little bit of a run through of what people can expect when they're watching our event.
Mm-hmm.
And so it basically shows a little bit about our goal. There's opportunity drawings. If you were to make a donation, right, you get entered into an opportunity drawing.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the things that we can do with $60,000, right? 660,000 meals to 400 plus partner agencies. It keeps our trucks out rescuing food for over 18 months, or it keeps our overall program connecting people to food or food to people for 10 months. So just kind of letting people know what we can do with the $60,000 and what we plan to do.
So real quick, is this the only platform where they can watch?
They can tune in on YouTube and Facebook Live as well.
So, all right, good. Because I want to find. So should I direct them to the page? What's the page again?
This is Mobile Cause is our event page, and I'll send you the link. I'll email you the link right now, so that way you have it.
Okay. So that'll be kind of tough to.
Joe at classyfund.org.
Joe at classyfund.com.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
So
I don't know why I said that already.
Are you going to have the links on the YouTube page and everywhere else they can go to watch it? The links for this site?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll post that up, and it'll be in our bios. It'll be on posts throughout the day as well.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna have to do is try to direct everyone to this page, even though people may be tuning in on YouTube Live or Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We want to try to direct everyone that we can to our Mobile Cause event page, because that's where.
So visit our Mobile Cause event page by clicking the link in the bio.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's okay. And then because it'll give you pertinent information, let you know your donations, let you know what your donation is going to be used for. It updates you on I'm going to write something down for everything that it does. Okay, good. That's perfect.
So we also have some more donation levels at the bottom. If they wanted to, they can support us. And $1 is 11 meals when it comes to our organization and the way we work. So if you donate, this is kind of the actual impact that you're allowed to make.
Did you say $1?
Yeah.
11 meals?
Yeah. So the way that our organization is structured and the way that we spend donations in terms of overhead, that is kind of the impact that you can provide with $1. And so when you're talking about making just a $20 donation, that's a huge donation towards us that we can use to provide to our recipient agencies and to people.
That's awesome.
And then we obviously have our sponsor levels. So we have the a la carte, appetizer, entree, and full course. These are things that we've had leading up to the event to kind of get funds preloaded. And so we will preload those tomorrow into the fundraising thermometer. So that way we will be at like almost halfway towards our goal.
Oh, wow.
And so
a dollar provides, you say
11 meals.
11 meals.
Yeah, $1 equals 11 meals.
It's amazing.
And then we obviously have the thank you to our sponsor section at the bottom.
Beautiful.
So this will, like I said, this is the section that will change at the top, and it will just switch to a live event. Let me go ahead and go back into where we were live streaming.
What venue did you guys use last year?
We were at Golden Sales off of PCH.
I know where that's at, yeah. Very nice.
Before that, we did it at one of our supporters like venues. So this here.
Before that, we did it at one of
is
our.
let me see if I can just. This is like the live donation wall. So it's not a moving wall. And what Mobile Cause said was, we don't want too much movement on the screen. We want people to be focusing on whatever is happening here. But the person can manually go in and view their donation. These are once again, this is not our live page. So there'd be more donations at the top, but they would have to manually scroll to find their name. But the cool thing about it is you can see yourself on the screen, like, oh, there's my donation, that's me, you know. And that's part of what people love about like live streaming and donating. In a sense, it's let me see my name, and that's really cool, like I'm supporting. And so that's another thing that we can talk about too, is, hey, if you made a donation, make sure to check out the scroll wheel and see your name live and show that you've supported us, you know. And
it's always going to be on the left side of the screen, or the right
on the right side of the screen. Yeah. And so it'll be there for people to see.
Check over there on the right side of the screen, see if you can find your name if you just made a donation.
Yeah. We do have this progress bar here at the bottom, and it'll be changed to a $60,000 goal once it is switched. And so we will have all of those donations preloaded in. And so that's another thing that we can leverage too. We're like, hey, take a look at the donation bar. You can see we're 50% of the way there, and it'll show, it says 6%, obviously. But in the actual event page, it'll show $60,000 is our goal, and we have X amount of money raised. You know, we're trying to hit our goal by the end of the week, and this will allow us to provide 660,000 meals during the holiday season. Help us get there. Don't forget to make a donation. Enjoy the video. Boom, boom, something like that. We want to give some calls to action each, and we can leverage different things that Mobile Cause has already set up for us, right? They have the scroll, the progress bar. If you wanted to make a donation button, there's a donation button right at the top of the screen too. It says register on here because this is a test page, but this will say donate today.
And is the button going to be blue?
The button's red on our event page.
So while we're on the live broadcast
page, it'll say donate today.
It'll be white or red?
Is the button going to be blue?
I think that
The button's red on our event page.
Let me switch to the live page.
So while we're on the live broadcast
Page, it'll say donate today.
It'll be white or
Is the
red?
button going to be blue?
I think that
The button's
it should be white. It should be white.
Okay. So the white button above.
Yeah.
To donate.
And then just to clarify, you were saying any donation qualifies you for the drawing for whatever prize we're going to be doing every day.
Right, yeah. So every single day we're going to be giving away up to $250 worth of restaurant gift cards to support local businesses. If you make a donation to our cause, you'll be entered into our opportunity drawing, which will be happening on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Because obviously, if you donate on Monday, we are going to do the opportunity drawing on Tuesday.
Okay. And then anybody who pre-donated gets put into that opportunity drawing for Tuesday.
Good. All right, so opportunity drawing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah, and Friday.
Okay, Tuesday through Friday. And then each so there's an opportunity drawing.
And there's no minimum, right? If you make a donation of $5 compared to $50, you're
Okay.
entered.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a subscription. Okay, you don't call them subscriptions, you call them something else.
Yeah, monthly donation or recurring donation.
Recurring donation. Okay. I'm so used to saying
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different game, but those are just important too. Recurring donations are very important for us because that's monthly guaranteed income, and so that's something that we're trying to bolster as well.
That's why I like the events industry. You can forecast.
Yeah.
So the same thing here. You can forecast your operation. So recurring donations. So whether you do a recurring donation, I'm gonna use. I got to revisit my training tonight. What's it called? Neuro-linguistic programming.
I'm not familiar.
You know what that is?
Neuro-linguistic programming?
NLP, yeah.
No.
So the way you present things and the way you say the words, it just burns an image in people's head. I'm a little recurring. Just like I said, recurring because now you can tell, recurring, every once in a while you hear the word recurring. So when I go there, click recurring. Yeah. It's like something like that.
Okay.
It's, it can be used for bad things too, but I use it for good.
Right. That makes sense though, because you're kind of hammering it home. So by the time that they get to that page or whatever, they're already the top of mind thing is
Exactly.
Donation.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, and then each drawing Tuesday through Friday is a $250 gift of some sort. We all know ahead of time, right?
Yes. Yeah. We have the gift cards set up from each of the restaurants that have participated. Gladstone's, Cluck and Blaze, and Summit House have also donated, but we have some other gift cards as well.
Yeah, I do Summit House a lot. I do a lot of weddings there every year.
Really?
Yeah.
I've actually never been there. I heard it's really nice though.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a video.
Okay. Hi, I'm Carol Lee, and I'm a volunteer for Food Finders, and have been happily doing that for over 3 years now. I originally got involved with Food Finders because my husband retired a few years before
right now,
I did,
this is what
and he was already working with Food Finders, rescuing food at local stores and restaurants and delivering it to people who were living on the edge, not being able to afford food and definitely facing food insecurity. So he quickly recruited me when a program started called Food for Kids. And that's the primary focus of my work here at Food Finders. The reason it's so important to me to be involved in this program is because I'm a nurse, and I spent most of my career taking care of kids living on the edge and their families, and realizing that even though we're a very rich country, a lot of people living right around the corner from us are facing food insecurity every day. So to be involved in something that literally gets
so this is what somebody on the phone would be
delivers
saying.
it to them fills me with joy and a feeling of satisfaction. I love doing this. It's important to me also to support Food Finders with our resources.
This is what somebody would
My
be
husband
saying.
and I have a monthly donation taken
Yeah. So that's
automatically
something
every
that we
month
would do
to
on
make sure
the
that
back end. In terms of like StreamYard here, we have we So I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, there you go. Put your broadcast studio.
There you go. There you go. So you are into the stream right now. I can see you.
Everybody, welcome to Food Finders. Chefs to the rescue. Today's an amazing event. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, exactly. I have you in here, and then right now on the screen, it's literally just my webcam and yours, and it's covering up the full screen. And so this is something. If you want to come take a look at what it looks like,
yeah,
yeah,
can I mute the
this is
mic
where
here?
you set up.
All right, just mute. You shouldn't be able to.
Food Finders because my husband retired a few years before I did, and he was already working with Food Finders, rescuing food at local stores and restaurants and delivering it to people who were living on the edge, not being able to afford food and definitely facing food insecurity. So he quickly recruited me when a program started called Food for Kids. And that's the primary focus of my work here at Food Finders. The reason it's so important to me to be involved in this program is because I'm a nurse and I spent most of my career taking care of kids living on the edge and their families, and realizing that even though we're a very rich country, a lot of people living right around the corner from us are facing food insecurity every day. So to be involved in something that literally gets food for these people and delivers it to them fills me with joy and a feeling of satisfaction. I love doing this. It's important to me also to support Food Finders with our resources. My husband and I have a monthly donation taken automatically every month to make sure that Food Finders has the resources they need to do and to the community. So I'm proud to be a volunteer and encourage others to do so as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just me.
What I would
Hi, I'm Carolyn Remley,